some
I could
sort
never.
of constellation.
Yeah.
Why the sudden shift from plants to space?
All
Well,
right, I think
it might
Space
be to do
plants.
with
right on
medicine.
YouTube. I don't
In
know
medieval
what's going on.
times, medicine and astrology were deeply
That looks
linked.
like a peppermint.
When you took something was just as important as what you took.
She like scraping
This
out his
astrology
skull.
manual gives health advice based on the season. In
Probably.
the months of Leo, it's recommended to take medicine for the stomach, the heart, and the liver, but bloodletting is to be avoided. Aries is a better time to bloodlet, but be sure not
Actually,
to take
let's just
medicine for
always
the head.
avoid
Seeing
bloodletting.
as astrology
Well,
and
Yeah.
healthcare
it's better
once
time to
linked,
do it during
perhaps
Aries,
those
right?
star
Like that's what you
charts
just said.
aren't so random
I
after
don't know
all.
if there's a
But
good
only if
time.
Mercury
Sections
isn't in
were some
Gatorade.
sort of reference sheet outlining the best time.
I love
to
when
take
Mercury's
a
in
particular
Gatorade.
medicine. On a quick side note,
Red
this is the
Gatorade,
only section
particularly.
that
Red
has
Gatorade.
readable text. Beneath each zodiac sign is the corresponding month, written in a language that resembles French. We have Avril, Mai, August, Octobre, and Novembre. The closest match is
Now, why don't we
Occitan,
just say
a language that was once
months like
widely
that anymore?
spoken
That's way
in the south
cooler.
of France.
November.
This strange detail may
April.
point to the manuscript's location of origin. Sandwiched between the astrology and cosmology sections is one of the weirder parts of the Voynich manuscript, if it hadn't been weird enough already. The section is full of...
So you're saying you think it's from Off-World
washing
Havoc?
in giant bathtubs.
Hmm.
The section looks like the most fun, with water slides and aquatic conga lines. As you turn
Aquatic
the pages,
It's like
conga
the
fun.
illustrations get
like
a
increasingly
carnival
strange,
cruise.
with curling pipes of water and tubes transporting...
Yeah, it's a lot
green
of
liquids.
water stuff.
The people seem to be operating them, although their purpose is unclear. As you may have expected by now, there are other medieval books dedicated to bathing
I
and
love
washing.
medieval paintings
Many
because
of
they're
these
just
drawings
like,
look quite similar to the ones
yes,
found
let me
in the
just
Voynich
hold my
manuscript.
breast while I make
This is
judgment.
an early guidebook to all the public baths.
It's what
and
we
hot
do.
springs
Yet
as
again,
women. We're
across Italy.
constantly
Case in
over there
point.
just
Each
holding
bath
them.
was believed to have a
I
special
hope they're just all holding like
and
one
soothe
boob
a
though.
particular
Like,
part of the
Yeah.
body.
Everybody's got a
This
favorite,
health
right?
focus
I guess.
seems to match what we've
I'm
already
kidding.
seen
We do
in
not
the
have favorite
Voynich
boobs.
manuscript.
No one take me
If
seriously.
the plant and astrology sections have been about
Yeah,
Like the
I
size
mean,
of her
why
margarita.
not throw hygiene
Havoc,
into the
I
mix?
have
By the looks of things,
no idea,
the
but
Voynich
if you know anything about me,
records
chances
some
are
pretty unusual
I'm
bathing
believing
methods.
that this is
Maybe
probably
these sketches are some form
some sort
early
of
shower. The book
attempt to
briefly returns
translate
to plant drawings.
maybe
This time, however,
off-world
the layout is rather different. It showcases
experiences,
roots and
or
herbs of all different shapes and sizes.
I just can't. That's
Beside
clearly
them are
broccoli.
drawings of mysteriously coloured
Where?
cylinders.
Did
It's
the last
difficult to
slide.
make out what they are. Perhaps some sort of container. It looks a bit like
I have a
archery
really
equipment, particularly the type used
kind of
for
out there
alchemy.
theory I'll throw
Other
at you guys
alchemy
at the end
textbooks
of
from this
this.
period look
I'll
rather
save it.
similar,
We'll talk about it
with
on the
drawings
episode.
this
of
looks like
beacons
this
and
guy's
test tubes
distilling
in the
something.
margins. It's possible,
Mhm.
but alchemists dealt with precious metals.
Yeah,
and
this has
rocks,
got to be like some sort of
not
alchemy
roots and
book.
herbs. The equipment
That's
might
what
have
a
belonged
lot of
to an
people like
apothecary,
think, especially
someone
you
who
know
creates herbal
finding it
medicine.
when they found
If so,
it.
the section has
Mhm.
some sort of medical or
Broccoli.
scientific
I
focus,
see now.
similar to what we've already seen throughout the Voynich manuscript.
Looks more like it says like
The final
Akra or
section
Okra, whatever
is
that
the one
stuff
we
is.
know least about, largely because it's entirely in text. Since we don't know what it says, there's not much to
It's
go
a
It's
on.
lot of
interesting
Running
that
down
like
the margin,
even
there are
AI
what look
couldn't like
stars.
break it.
They could be bullet points.
But that was old
seeing as the
AI.
adjacent
When if they
letters
tried
have been
again?
capitalized.
I don't know. I'll have to
Summed
check.
up this section
Yeah,
the
I'm
recipes,
fascinated. They can't
suggesting that
figure
it's
out a
guide to
codex
making
for it.
potions. I'm not
That's
sure
Yeah.
that this is a helpful
So-
title,
surprising.
as the writing could be
Okay,
about
so-
something completely different. It's a mystery. If only we
Oh,
knew
never
what the
mind.
writing
I answered
said.
my own question in my
Once
head.
this section concludes, the
I
book
love when I
comes
do
to an
that.
end.
Yeah, I worked it out.
Judging by the images alone, the Voynich manuscript looks like some sort of health almanac. Its various sections can be linked to medieval textbooks, from
It's like a
herbals to zodiac charts,
Ancient Farmer's
and
Almanac.
guides on the magic of
Bruh.
bath time. Whilst it shares much with the literature of the time, the Voynich
Yeah, some sort of,
manuscript
like,
is far
medical
stranger
herbs
than
and
anything
stuff.
from that era, from plants that are nearly
only
impossible
thing
to
is that
identify to bathing machines.
If it's
that defy
for those
logic.
reasons, for like
Having looked
medicine
at the
or alchemy,
illustrations,
like
there's
what would
one
be the
thing left to
benefit
explore,
of
the writing.
it being so
The images
heavily
can take
coded
us
that
so
no
far,
one can
but
even
what does the text
reference the
say?
pictures?
Let's take a closer look at this writing.
I don't
and
know. I
attempt to
guess
figure
like
out
some
the mystery
alchemists or
language.
some people would just like
I had
go to
actually
great
never built a website
extreme
before,
lengths
but
to
Fiverr
keep
has
their
exactly
research
what I
secret.
needed for us to go
Okay, yeah,
from
I'm sure
idea
there's
to
cases of it.
market in 3
Again, I
months
just
was
Yeah.
unheard
who
of. It was
besides the
not
person who
done
wrote
by
it,
Fiverr freelancers. Go to
there as far as
Fiverr.com
anyone
and
knows,
start
there's no one else that
scaling your
knows
business.
what any of it means.
Right.
So like even if you have a code, usually that code is with at least one other person that has communicated to you in that code as well.
Yeah.
Your message
Or
in
it's
the
like
box.
there's like a way to figure out the code in the.
Looking
So
past the
originally they
inscription
looked at it
and
like
focusing more
back
on the
I mean,
writing,
around I guess
the first
now
thing
when
you'll
they
notice
found it
is the
after
unique
200 years of
alphabet.
not finding it.
Some
Under
letters
a
are from the
microscope, they
Latin
looked at it,
script,
and
like
the
these
person had thought
lowercase
that there
letters.
were letters
Yet,
inside
there are
every
some, though,
letter.
like numerals.
Like,
Then you have
but
these tall
that was
looping
disproven pretty
characters.
quickly.
What?
They've been nicknamed gallows letters, as they share an eerie resemblance to a
I was going to
hangman's
say that would
scaffold.
be super
Overall, there are
intricate, and I would
22
wonder how
letters
like
in this
somebody in the
alphabet.
middle,
Although
like
every
back
now
then,
and
would do
then,
that.
you might spot a unique symbol in the mix.
Been crazy hard to
Like
do
other
with
European
ink like that.
languages, the Voynich manuscript combines letters to make words.
Mhm.
They're relatively short, ranging from 2 to 10 letters, and are separated by spaces. Finally, the writing reads from left to right across the page. Many believe that what we're dealing
Hey,
with
Bella.
is a cipher. A cipher is a way of disguising language,
Hey,
often by swapping letters out for symbols. Most ciphers hide
Oh.
information.
You're right, Havoc. Yeah,
or
Da
protect
Vinci and
classified
Nostradamus.
material from getting out. This
were
was
able to be
certainly the
decoded.
case with the Copiale cipher. The writing is a mix of Latin and Greek letters, but with some
That
unique
looks
symbols for
wild.
good measure. If you've watched my video
Yeah.
on this, you'll know
Yeah, I
these
have no
eventually
words for that.
solved. The book contains instructions on initiation rituals and is believed to have belonged to a secret society called the Oculists. Whilst it may look like a scrambled mass of letters,
Heck yeah,
the code
secret
wasn't
societies.
too difficult to finally break. The best way to decode a cipher
Those would be a good
is to figure
episode,
out
Secret
the
Society
original
episodes.
language behind it.
yeah. Why haven't we
Like
even done a
people,
secret
every
society?
language has a unique fingerprint. Some
Because it's
languages
another
like
one of
Greek
those that's going
words,
to be a
others
super,
have lots of
super deep dive.
consonants and not
Like
a
how
lot
I've
of
been working on
vowels.
Heaven's Gate
These
for
fingerprints
now like
remain,
5
even
months.
when the letters
Oh.
are
That's
symbols.
fair.
Yeah,
With the Copiale
Same-
cipher,
same
it
deal.
looked like it
I
was
just
written
actually
in
finished the
German.
book yesterday. So.
Using a machine algorithm, they figured out some of the
Oh,
letters.
you did?
After
Yeah.
that, the rest fell in place. The key to breaking a cipher is to figure out the original language. If you know that,
No
you can
kidding.
crack the
But we
code.
don't know the
The
original
problem with the
language,
Voynich
so how do we
manuscript
decipher
is
it?
that figuring out the
Alright.
original language has proven challenging, mainly because it doesn't have any of those fingerprints. It doesn't seem to behave like any known language. There seems to be order in the text. There are repeating
Mhm.
patterns across the page, just
Mhm.
like any other language. If it was written in random gibberish, you would not expect to see this kind of uniformity. To make things more difficult,
So
researchers
weird.
have found the presence of not one, but 2 languages in the Voynich manuscript.
Oh,
Most of the
Wonderful.
book is written in what's been called language A, whereas the Bath and Star sections seem to have been written in language B. Judging by the handwriting, they may correspond to different authors. One person seems to have written
Yeah,
solely in language
The internet
A,
is the portal
but
to the
before
strangest
in
places.
language B.
It really is.
If this is a cipher text, we are dealing with an incredibly
Oh.
sophisticated one, especially as there are 2 languages to deal with. There are ways to help us
thank
figure
you,
out
Puck.
the
I
language.
concur.
Puck's
The
getting
first task
frustrated.
you
Yeah.
can do is to
That's
look
how
at
I
word
feel.
distribution, which words are common and which ones are rare. If the Voynich
I've heard that
manuscript
too,
has a pattern
Havoc,
of common and rare words,
That it's like
What?
That's a
medical
hint that there really
instructions
is a
for
language
giving birth
underneath.
and women's health,
the most commonly used
Hmm.
English word
Like
is the.
cramp
If you rank the
cures
most
and-
common words, you'll find that
Oh, yeah, how
the
to,
word
like,
the
you know,
accounts for 7% of all words that are
abort or
spoken.
even like
The
you know,
runner-up
deal with like
of
miscarriages
is about
and all that kind of stuff.
3.5, half of that.
Yeah.
Strangely, all languages seem to follow this pattern, where the second most common word is used half as much as the first, and so on. In the Voynich
That's
manuscript,
weird.
both languages follow this rule. The second most common word appears half as much as the first. This shows that the Voynich manuscript is operating
Guess my
like a
dad's
real
watching and he
language.
just sent me a
Proof
text. He
that
said,
it's not
the
just
manuscript
random
tells you
gibberish
how to
across
make
the
the
page.
best banana pudding.
Okay, so it's definitely a language. But
We did it,
which
Havoc.
language is it?
Josh's dad figured
What will
out
help us out
it's
here
just a
is
one
to
big
look at the
recipe for
spelling.
banana pudding.
Specifically, how predictable are some letters
Thanks,
over
Dad.
others? In English,
Dad's
wherever
always
there's a
coming
Q,
through.
there's almost always a U. Queen, question, quadruped, to name a few. This is one of
Quadruped.
English's fingerprints.
You're holding
But
a
a Q
quadruped.
is typically followed by a
Yes.
U. Now, the Voynich manuscript has a lot of these letter patterns, way more than English. In fact, Voynichese is super predictable.
Voynich cheese.
When you see
Well,
this
that's what it's
letter,
called now,
it's
yeah,
almost
which is kind of
always
weird, right?
followed by this one.
Voynich.
Only a few letters appear at the start of words, and some
Yeah.
are unique to
Yeah,
the
Havoc.
end.
I think
Whatever this
it's got to
language
be
is,
something
it's
more
very
than maybe there's a
mechanical,
section on women's
something you
health,
would
but I
not
think there's
expect to
more
see
than just
in
women's
natural
health.
languages.
Yeah.
This has
Yeah, it
put a
makes you
spanner in
think that the
works.
whole
Yes,
thing is
the Voynich
something that would
manuscript contains a
be
language, but not like any language we
overall
know of.
banned by
A third and
society
final method
for
people
it
have
Witchcraft
used
for
is
sure.
looking for keywords.
be
Unique words that only appear in certain sections of the manuscript.
completely
This is
coded
where
like
pictures
this.
can really help out.
Yeah.
It gives us a hint.
Yeah, like they're
as
trying to
the
convey
subject
information
matter.
that's like not
Looking for
accepted by the
keywords,
church or
researchers have found
Right.
the ruling
plant
party
and
at the
root
time,
sections
whatever it may
have
be.
a lot of words
Yeah.
in common. As
Which,
both seem to be
yeah,
about herbs, perhaps these words have something to do with that.
their opinions changed with the weather,
It doesn't tell
so
us what the words actually are, only what they might mean. In the end, it's still just guesswork. It's not much, but it's a start. What looking for
This
keywords
bath
does show
contraption
is that
thing
the
is, I
manuscript
want
is
to
clearly
try it because
talking
it looks.
about
She's just
something.
like,
It's a tantalizing detail.
I mean, they look
Put my hands
happy.
in it.
But
I don't
there's
want
a
to put my
real
hands in
language
anything in this
lurking
book.
underneath. What I've summarized are the main three approaches at deciphering the
I'll
Voynich
put my hands in
manuscript.
everywhere. I got.
That'd be
I got
real
Looking at
Rick
how
and
words
Morty.
are
You don't know what's on the other side of that
reveals a
thing.
pattern of common and rare words. Something that shows it's not just random gibberish, but a functioning language. Looking at how words are spelt reveals that the letters follow a very predictable pattern, far more so than any other known language. Finally, looking for keywords reveals that there are clusters of unique words in the plants and root sections, indicating that those words are relevant to those topics.
You
can
got
see
some
what's
green
been
onion
so
and some
difficult
broccoli.
for cryptographers to solve the mystery language of the Voynich manuscript. It looks like a language, but not like any language we know of. Despite this, there are some
I'm
who
gonna
claim
stop
to
it
have
before we
cracked
get
the
to
code
series.
of the Voynich manuscript. Others still have claimed to have translated it. Let's review the various attempts and see what we can find.
Imagine being able to build anything
I can
for any
build
reason,
anything.
in any
My
style.
imagination. Never stop imagining.
A common suggestion is that the mystery writing is some sort of Romance language. These are languages that are descended
Maybe you
from
can summon
Latin,
some
like
strange
Italian,
plant beings
French,
with it.
and Spanish.
Imagine how you talk to
People
the
have
plants,
put
like
forward theories
the
from
Lord of the Rings
an
trees.
abbreviated
Like this is
form
Oh
their book.
yeah.
Italian
Or
in
a Little
general
Shop of
into
Horrors.
anagrams, or perhaps
Feed
an
me,
ancestral
Seymour.
form of Latin, a proto-Romance language. Seeing as these languages were, and still are, the dominant languages of Western Europe, it's not a bad guess by any means. What's more, the only writing we can read in the Voynich manuscript is in one of these languages. If you remember, those month names are written in Occitan, which is a cousin of French. Whilst it might
So
fit
that's the
into
only thing we
historical
can
and
read is
geographical
the months.
context, actually
Yeah.
proving this hunch has
So-
not been very successful.
These ladies look
Perhaps it's some
progressively
other
more and more
language,
pregnant
like
as the
Ukrainian,
circle goes.
Turkish,
That's
or
yeah, that
English.
one definitely
Some have
is
gone outside the
marking
box
pregnancy.
and suggested it's written in an Aztec language.
But
arguing
again,
that
is
the
it
plants
marking
could be
actual
native to
pregnancy, or is that
Mexico.
like some kind of
I
metaphor
unfortunately can't talk
for
about every
a
theory
year
individually.
or some
I will
stuff?
say that
Yeah.
none of them have gained much traction either.
Maybe
One
this is
theory
just
that
some
did
dude's
cause a
super
stir
super
was in
secret journal that he
2016
like had to
when
like
two
encode
researchers
from his
tried to
wife,
show
and
there
he
was
was
an
just
encrypted
tracking her
form of
menstrual
Hebrew
cycles.
in an algorithm they developed.
Just
They
knows when to
demonstrated
stay at
that
the
this
pub.
sentence could be deciphered into this. As neither
more
of them
power
are Hebrew
to him. That's all I can say.
they had to use Google Translate to complete the rest,
See, it
resulting
looks
in
very
this
Hebrew.
sentence. Although this paper created a lot of buzz at the time, their methods are a little shaky, especially as they relied on Google Translate. What's
Yeah, why
more,
would you do
the
that?
Hebrew sentence they came up with doesn't
I'm gonna
make
stop
much
it anyway,
grammatical
because-
sense to begin with.
We'll get into theories when we cover it on the episode. But I got one more theory I'm going to throw at you first.
All right,
I
throw
just
it at
wanna
me.
See what you guys think about it. Now, we've all talked about the flood theory, right? So, flood theory, there was an ancient flood, wiped out civilizations that were somewhat advanced. We don't know to what degree. We're not going to get into that now. But, like, what if this was like one of the only writings left over from that? And that's why it doesn't resemble anything that we know. But people that would have saw it maybe either mimicked it, or people had some memory of languages like this, and or the other way around, it's like one of the first things to come about before everything repopulated. So it is like that collective memory of what was before.
Oh.
And then someone's trying to
Okay.
like be like, oh well, this was here and this was here and this was here, but and like we this and this, but like, you know, they barely can remember or only know so much from what was told to them orally or something like that. I don't know, but that's one of my.
I don't think
possible-
that's too far out there.
Yeah.
No, it only gets far out because the flood theory is so questionable in mainstream science.
Well, maybe not a flood, but
you know,
Free Civ
I
something.
mean,
some catastrophic event.
I don't mind that theory.
Yeah, no, that's a pretty solid theory. Because like, who
Yeah.
knows like what their
Yeah.
language was before our collective language?
Exactly. And just like this, like those things he points out, how like there's that repetition, like that
Mhm.
seems like something that's more just human speech pattern. So like that just
Right.
being redone no matter what the language is. There's just reoccurring things in language. So that's a theory. Marinate on it because we'll talk about it more tomorrow.
Yeah.
What did you say the earliest known record of this was?
I don't know if he said it in the thing. I gotta look
I
it
feel
up.
like he did, but I think we were talking.
It's a long time ago. A long, long time ago.
Maybe that's how this book starts. A long, long time ago.
Donate.
Oh no, I've never seen a plant with square roots though.
Yeah, it's kind of
It's
weird.
like 17.
Or maybe he's trying to do like the square root of pi or some other mathematical.
Like that's what it is. That's what it means, like square root.
Yeah,
It's math. It's math coded in plants.
yeah.
Oh, I'm out
I
then.
figured out the fucking conspiracy.
Well, that's the saddest one of all. Math.
Yeah. Yes, I agree.
I'm so bad at
Massive letdown.
plant math.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh
you
yeah.
had me at plants.
Uh,
Lost me at math.
Totally exists in almost every culture. The flood myth, guys.
Yeah.
Patrick was saying it exists in so many cultures. Yeah. And what we found was interesting is that a lot of those myths are almost the same story, just repackaged to fit the region or the culture.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it is a very interesting one. We'll do a full deep dive on just the flood because it's come up in other episodes, but we've never
Mhm.
really dedicated a whole episode to flood theory, which is
Yeah.
one of my favorites.
So
Yeah,
many
I've-
implications.
Yeah.
that's a
I've
lot.
become a definitely like pro flood.
I'm
Pro
pro
flood?
flood.
Just because I just like we've said, like you just said, I just don't think that you can have that many different civilizations describing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah. Totally. I don't think it's one of those things where it's like Occam's razor. Like if everybody's screaming the same thing, like why would we ignore that evidence?
Yeah. Just
Right.
like why do like so many different cultures that have never met each other built pyramids but of different styles,
Well,
but
we know
still
why.
pyramids.
That's my cult. That's Ra.
Oh yeah, that's right. You and your cult.
We solved this already, Josh. Catch up.
That's old.
That's right. Gah.
But see, and this is, I'll say this to play devil's advocate. The flood theory gets dangerous because it's a plug-in for anything that you don't know. It's
Yeah.
real easy to be like, oh well, before this point, anything
Flood.
is possible. Like,
True.
so it's a real big door to just throw
Yeah,
your
you're
hands
right,
up and be like, everything's possible.
Yeah,
So
I wouldn't. I wouldn't accept that as a blanket. You're right.
Yeah, I try to stay away from like making that the linchpin in any like full theory we have in a lot of stuff because it's like saying the galaxy is endless. So of course there's life, but
Yeah.
it's like a weak statement.
It's like such a cop-out statement.
Yeah. I don't know how you guys feel about like doing this episode as like a umbrella of the manuscript and then doing like a further deep dive. Like this episode we can go through like who found it, who tried to decipher it, but then like another time we could actually like go through the manuscript and kind of like give our ideas for what the pictures can mean and see what other people deciphered or tried to decipher.
Yeah, no, that works.
Yeah, sounds interesting.
Fuck yeah.
It's one of those good old mysteries. I have so many things going on right now. I'm sorry.
So,
Yeah, look
just
at all those
picturing
things.
like
It's
the
fun.
dude from the Matrix that's just sitting in the room with all the TV
It's
screens.
very similar. It's very similar. There's a camera here. There's a camera here. Your screen.
Oh man.
Screens.
Oh,
are
I just noticed. You're using your clip mic instead of your
Yeah, man.
podcast
I
mic?
was recording a commercial before we started doing this.
Oh snap.
I'm doing work, man. Yeah. When I get back, we'll have a meeting You guys are welcome to come too. But we'll have a meeting because I've been putting together like a more solid schedule so we can try to stay ahead of the ball more.
Noise. House cleaning's always good.
Yeah. But
It keeps us on track. Psh.
actually, anyone who hung out with us, thanks for hanging out. We
Yes, thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Cool. We'll try to do this more often. I'm thinking every time we kind of watch a pre-video, we'll kind of make it like our watch party, and we'll invite all y'all.
Yeah.
Next time we'll bring the fixins.
I mean, I got.
When did you bop into my neck of the woods? That's what I'm
I
wondering.
know, right?
I'm like, are you here?
Southern
I
Lee?
that Mason Dixon line. I straddle that Mason Dixon line. All right. Well, I'm going to sign off of live. Thank you guys for hanging out.
Yes, thank you.
Totally appreciate it. Like I said, we'll try to do this like Wednesdays, 7:30ish probably Eastern time. So hopefully we'll see you next time.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah.
Later.
Bye.
And I could say goodbye to the YouTubers. Bye, YouTubers.
Peace, people. Thank you for hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next time I'll have makeup on and Josh will have eaten, and
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
I
probably
surprised
still
everybody.
have a margarita, but
Popped it. That's so everyone should have a drink of choice. We'll talk about our drinks, even if it's non-alcoholic. Like I'm not.
Oh,
forcing you
yeah,
to
yeah.
drink alcohol. we'll just we'll
just trying to
cheers.
help. Just
Yeah.
kidding.
Skull. All right, YouTube. Stay strange. Bye.
Bye.
Peace.
I think it's ending.